Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 19th. We are just going to jump right in here. And you have this energy and purification card. So I actually, I would say that you are being purified, or your energy is kind of coming from a very pure place. You have two nines. Two nines is a clue to me that there could be some sort of new beginning that you are experiencing or going through at this time as well. So, again, this isn't like accurate tarot. This is just more like a clue for me. And, I kind of feel that for you, where there could be a new beginning. And this new beginning could be leading to like a lot of purification, or, it could be coming from a very pure place. You have the Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles coming up for you. It's pretty crazy. Every single person this week has had the Six of Pentacles. I still have to do the fire signs. But I have a feeling they'll probably have the Six of Pentacles as well. It just seems to be one of those weeks where the universe is like encouraging people to balance out anything like toxic in their life, or anything that is like getting in the way of their success or whatever. So, anything you can balance out, I would say would be a good idea here. Definitely a new beginning. All three of these cards can kind of represent a new beginning, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But it really looks to me like this reading is pretty simple, is what I would say here, Libra. It looks to me like you are either overcoming something toxic, or you're completely removing something that has been toxic in your life. You have that Devil in the third row with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but as I always say, that's not really the only thing that the Seven of Swords represents. And really, the Seven of Swords, I think something people don't understand is that the Seven of Swords is a good card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. And the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. It's a card of doing things differently, or approaching a situation in a different way. So, it can represent trickster energy, but that's not the only thing that it means. And, I know everyone and their grandmother reads it as lying, cheating, stealing, and I do too. But, again, it doesn't mean, that's not the only thing it means, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like for you, it's kind of talking about, it could be, of course, talking about a toxic liar, cheater, stealer that you need to put boundaries up against with this Nine of Wands. But I also feel it could be saying there are different ways to do the things that you want to do. And even in that row, you have this card that says, do not give up because something did not work out right away. So again, sometimes with the Seven of Swords, we can be doing something. Sometimes with the Nine of Swords, we can be doing something. And it just, we feel like we're on this hamster wheel. Seven of Swords says, if you're stuck, try a different way to do things. You need to change your approach. It's like sometimes in business, something doesn't work. We just have to try something else. Same thing in love. It's like if something doesn't work, we just have to try something else. So I kind of get that energy here, but I do feel that for a lot of you, you're like trying to purify your energy, like I said at the beginning of the reading. You have the Six of Pentacles, and again, everyone's had the Six of Pentacles. For whatever reason, I feel we need to be very careful with like where we're putting our energy, what we're putting our energy into, and make sure that we're not wasting energy, right? He's like picking and choosing who he gives those pentacles to. So I feel like it would be a really good week for you to kind of like trust your lessons. I say that because right next to it, you have the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant can kind of represent needing to trust what you have learned, or needing to trust your lessons, and I definitely kind of feel that here, Libra. Let's see. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Strength card. Like, I feel like you've been very strong. I kind of also feel this is saying, like, don't break down, is what I get. Like, especially if this right here is someone toxic trying to re-enter into your life. It's like sometimes I think, with time, it's like we start to... it's like maybe we don't forgive a person, but we start to, focus on the good things. So then even if someone did us dirty, we're kind of like, we start reminiscing on all the positive things. And I feel like this is saying you've healed yourself to a point, like don't, go back to the past. With the Nine of Swords, something is taking too long in your life. It makes sense. We have, Saturn and Pisces. I feel like the Saturn and Pisces energy, and also with Neptune and Pisces, to me, this is a very slow, and especially it can make it seem like, if we're trying to accomplish some sort of goal, wish, or dream, it can make it seem like it's very slow, it's taking too long, but it makes it seem like we're never going to get there. And, I kind of feel that here. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the World. You're definitely going to accomplish something if you take a different approach. I mean, it's pretty simple going this way. Six of Swords is about kind of moving on to calmer shores, but really it's about completely moving on. The woman and the child in this boat, they only have the clothing on their back, as I always say. It's like they are leaving their whole entire life behind them to have a fresh start across the choppy waters. Next, you have the Sandpiper Spirit, says, be playful. You have this Crow Spirit, says, co-create with spirit. You have the Seven of Swords. Again, he has these polka dots on his cloak there. Polka dots in the tarot represent needing to be playful. They kind of represent taking things too seriously, and they say that you shouldn't take things too seriously. So, it's kind of like a symbolism for being playful, and I definitely feel that some of you need to be more playful, make sure you're not taking things too seriously. I also feel like the universe is trying to guide you in this row. This is the row of what you need to hear right now. And you have the Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth, as I always say, and he is kind of initiating these two guys here, these two monks, into whatever. So I feel like you're being initiated into like a higher level in life. You're clearly being initiated into something that's going to lead to a lot of success, which we see going here. You have the Six of Wands. But it's almost like saying, like, make sure you kind of set yourself free from something that could be toxic with the devil. The devil, those chains around those people's necks are meant to look very loose. They could just, lift it off from around their neck and they would be set free. So it's almost like you're almost there. You just need like one thing to set you free. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords can represent having gone through a rite of passage. So Six of Swords can be challenging. It can represent, having gone through something difficult to get to the other side. They're still in the choppy waters on the Six of Swords. I also sometimes feel that the Six of Swords can, kind of represent being stuck in the mud. It can represent a period of time where, maybe you're getting to very shallow water, and your boat is stuck and you're trying to push through it. And I kind of feel that energy here, if that makes sense, where I feel like you've been in this time of like kind of very, being stuck in the mud is the best way I would put it. What I would say is I feel like the universe is like forcing you to look for other resources. I think this is true for everyone right now, pretty much. Queen of Pentacles comes up quite a bit in the readings, and I feel like the universe is trying to get people to like open up to different ways of doing things. I feel like the universe is trying to get people to look for like other, different types of resources. So it's like if you want to start a business, for example, there might be opportunities that exist that don't require money, but it's like you have to look for those opportunities right now. Or maybe the universe just wants us to get started without money, and then we can actually like get moving and be successful in everything. So we kind of have to like try things, and that's like the quickest way to success. So let's see here, Libra. What is going on for you? I have like the word home popping into my head as well. Some of you could be moving or trying to get money to move. And your first card with that Queen of Pentacles, Zeta Wands, which is movement. And I had that word popping into my head, like moving or, I don't know, home, something like that. So you could be trying to gather some resources to be able to move, and I do feel like you will be able to do that if you are trying to do that. I also feel that there is quick success available to you. It's like right here, going this way. Eight of Wands is a quick conclusion or quick success. The Fool says take a leap of faith. The Six of Wands is success. So, and this last row is meant to represent the good stuff, so it's even better. It's showing up in the good stuff. But, I feel like this could involve some quick movements, something that you feel like you're not ready for. That's what's popping into my head. It's like some of you, I feel like you feel like you're not ready for something, but you actually are. So, if you have that feeling, I feel like you need to move towards whatever that is. With the Six of Swords, you have the Chariot. I knew there was going to be something about moving coming up here. Again, I was getting that word, the home, pop, like, or something along those lines popping into my head. So, it wouldn't really surprise me if some of you were trying to like travel or move or go somewhere new. The Chariot is a victory. We have two really good cards of winning here, Six of Wands and the Chariot. So I feel like if you're charging towards something new, this is definitely going to lead to success or a victory in your life. Let's see. With the Hierophant, you have the Hierophant, basically the universe saying I meant what I said. I really, really feel there is a lesson you've learned. And, it's kind of like saying to me, this whole entire reading is basically saying to me that you need to make sure that you kind of, prove that you've learned a lesson. So I would be very careful of, past bozos, past people getting all up in your business, whatever the case may be here, because the devil is like something that steals your time, steals your energy, and I definitely feel that, where some of you, it's like there's quick success coming in for you if you avoid the things that steal your energy. Again, we have Neptune and Pisces, and like I said, I think one of the toxic parts of Neptune and Pisces, there's like a bunch. Don't get me started on Neptune and Pisces. I'm a Pisces, I can't even deal with Neptune and Pisces, right? I don't think Neptune rules Pisces. To me, Jupiter rules Pisces. I've seen it in a million charts, as I always say. So I don't even think Neptune rules Pisces in the first place. Jupiter was always the ancient ruler. I think Jupiter still rules Pisces. So I don't think Pisces likes having Neptune in their sign anyway. It's confusing. There's a general lack of clarity, but what I would say is that the fantasy feels better than the reality sometimes, or our brain thinks that the fantasy is better than the reality with the devil. So, with the devil showing up here in Neptune and Pisces, I think we can, escape to things, or we can, instead of like working on a project we can watch TV or whatever. It's like kind of like that escapism, type of energy here. And so I feel like this is saying, like, don't run away from things that are clearly going to lead to success. You have this card that says, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. To me, as far as I'm concerned, life is just all small moments where they just all add up over time. You have this card that says, do not give up because something didn't work out right away. And again, I definitely wouldn't give up at this time. I feel like you need to keep pushing and just know that there are different ways of doing things. I talk about this all the time, that I think we're entering into a new world. I think we're already in it. And so it's like the old rules just don't exist. It's like, it's like things have changed, but it's almost as if people haven't realized that things have changed. It's like, I feel like a lot of people need to realize that, we just have to do things differently. It's like the old ways aren't necessarily going to work as well as they used to. Like if you're trying to get a job or a career, if you're trying to start a business, it's like we have to kind of like mix it up and, figure out new ways of doing things. We have to be innovative. And I feel like that's what this is kind of saying. You have the Seven of Swords, the Fool, and the Devil. Again, clearly there's something that you need to remove from your life here. It could be a past person, I feel, just because, it's like you already have your boundaries up with the Nine of Wands. Six of Swords, you've already started to move away, and then you have the Devil. So it's like someone is trying to like pop back up here. This could be a person who breadcrumbed you with the Six of Pentacles, so I would definitely be careful of that. You have the Seven of Swords. Again, Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but really, he's stealing those swords from an army that's in the background there. So he's doing things differently. He's, taking a different approach to something he wants to do. So I feel that where, I feel like you need to look for a different approach to anything that you're trying to accomplish. Like whatever you're trying to improve right now, Libra, I would be looking for a different way to do it, because that's, and again, you're going to have to do your research. You're going to have to learn new things, and all this other stuff, right? It's funny to me that, I was watching a video the other day. It's like, it's funny to me how, I'm a big fan of the keto diet, right? Which is, pretty much what I do. But it's funny to me how it's like keto, it's like it started at one way and it's like gradually changed over time. And I was doing some research the other day, and I've noticed like a bunch of diets. It's like the science is always changing on these things. It's because, we're learning more, right? And I'm like, is it that, or have we entered into a new world where things have just changed, And so I kind of feel that here with the Seven of Swords. It's like saying, don't be afraid of change. Like if you're noticing that something has changed in work or business, or your health or your business or your love life or whatever, I feel like it's kind of like saying, the new things they require discovery because, they're new. But, the new ideas might be very valuable to you. And again, I wouldn't like settle either on an idea. I think we are in a time where we have to kind of like personally experiment and, figure out what works for us. I think that also we have Neptune moving into Aries officially in 2026. And I always tell people it's like, one way to like really screw yourself during Neptune and Aries is to try to find a savior, to try to find a person who you think has all the answers and to only listen to that person, right? And not vet the information. Neptune and Aries doesn't say don't listen to people. It says listen to people, put things into practice for yourself, and then whatever works, keep it. The things that don't work, get rid of it. But if you're just like blindly following some bozo like me on the internet, then you are screwing yourself. So, I always tell people, don't listen to me, don't listen to anyone, listen to yourself, put things into practice, and actually try things. The Fool, take a leap of faith, see what works, see what doesn't, and then listen to that. Again, we can't just like listen to people and, think that their ideas are going to save us or whatever without actually putting in the work. The universe is really kind of like saying, no, you have to like learn. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is, again, heartbreak. So some of you definitely have dealt with a liar, cheater, stealer. And again, the one thing I don't like about this reading is this right here. I don't really like the Page of Swords. Number one, I don't like the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords. I really don't like any of the swords. But, what I would say here is that even though that Page of Swords is showing up in the good stuff, I do feel like someone from the past could have their eye on you. And again, I would avoid this person, Libra. with the Fool, this is what I would focus on right here is like your North Star, Pluto in Aquarius next year and officially. And, Pluto in Aquarius is kind of about having a North Star, being an inspiration. And it's kind of, I also have like this energy of getting back to basics. It's like, I don't really know how to describe like how I feel about the next 20 years, but what I would say is like instead of focusing on like I think we need to focus on the big picture, but I also think we need to focus on kind of like the small stuff as well. It's like instead of I think people would do really well, mostly focusing on themselves. Like I'm giving you permission to be greedy and selfish, right? And I don't mean it in a selfish way, but it's like, if you get your life in order, if you are loving yourself and all those cliche things, it's like then you will naturally attract love into your life. But it's like if you're externalizing things and going and looking for love, for example, without loving yourself first, it's like definitely not going to work over the next 20 years. So I keep telling people, like I think it's a really good time to make sure that you are kind of like healing yourself with a star, focusing on your own inner world. And it's like everything in the outer world is definitely coming from your inner world, like times a million during Pluto and Aquarius. So, I would make sure that you are kind of like healing those inner things. With the Devil, you have the Ace of Swords, definitely a victory coming in for you here. Some of you, again, I think I kind of said this. It's like you could be like conquering the devil or having some sort of victory over a devil in your life, like someone who is super toxic or just a toxic situation. But I definitely get that here. Next, you have this Truth Be Told card and this Leg Up card. I feel like some of you are being given a leg up here in your life, but it's going to come through doing something new. You have the Two of Wands, which is a card of leaving a comfort zone. I do feel like someone could be trying to come tell you the truth, the Devil, the Ace of Swords, but again, it's like too little too late is what I would say here, Libra. So I would be careful, especially if you don't want to know the truth. I think what's more important is to live your own truth with that Truth Be Told card and to make sure you're doing things that, are the truth. It's like I always tell people, if you have a job that you hate, then you are not living the truth, right? If you, want love, but you don't love yourself, then you are kind of like not living the truth. So it's like, those are the things and this is not a criticism. This is just something that I think would be really good for you to work on because it's something that will actually change your life, right? So, I think that a lot of people look for external circumstances or things to change their life, but rarely does that ever happen, right? So, we have to change like what's going on up here. Aquarius energy is very mental. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like a mental type of thing. So most Aquarius people are mental, am I right? But what I would say is it's very mental. So, again, we have to kind of change that inner game, our inner voice. And that's what I'd be working on here for sure. I'm not even a Libra. I'm an Aquarius rising, though. And again, like my major focus is cleaning up like this right here. You have the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So this will definitely lead to a victory for you. So I feel like there are victories coming in for you here. I feel like there are a lot of wins. I also am getting something about surrounding yourself with different people, like, people who actually support you, who celebrate your wins with you. Like if you feel like you have people in your life who are jealous of you or who don't support you, I see you kind of like getting away from those people, and I see you moving more towards people who actually like celebrate your wins and, who support you when you have a win, who give you, this leg up right here. So, that should also be your focus. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about kind of taking the lead and getting out into the world. Everybody gets the Two of Wands right now. We are in a time where, if you're doing the same thing today that you did yesterday, you're stuck, as John Taffer says. So, what I would say here is like, I'm a big fan. I'm literally starting a whole new channel all about experimenting because, and by experimenting, I mean just doing things differently. Like people, I feel like people don't realize how much little changes could improve your life. I always tell a story. It's like I read for a girl years ago who, as far as I know, she's still married to this person. Literally in a reading, it came up. This was before I even was thinking about this Pluto and Aquarius and everything. But I told her she went for like a walk every single day at some place. I was like, well, I was getting in the reading that she needed to go do something different or like go in a different direction. And that's what she did. She started walking in a different direction, and she like literally met the love of her freaking life, and they got married like years later. And again, I don't know. I wish you would leave a comment because I've told the story before, and I've looked for her just to try to figure it out, but I can't find her. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The whole point is, it's like, I think people don't realize, it's like if you're doing the same thing every single day, you're stuck. You're not changing any variables. You're not opening yourself up to any new opportunities. The Two of Wands, he's stuck in a comfort zone, and he's got the whole world in his hands. It's like, when we go on new adventures, it's like we fall into patterns as humans. If we break those patterns, we, open up new opportunity. That's what this reading is talking about. You have the Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is a card of discovery, and it's showing up in the good stuff. So as far as a good thing is concerned, again, Page of Swords is my card of being a detective, like really looking into things that you're interested in, exploring new things, all that stuff. Also, having childlike energy, I think, would be a really good idea for you this week. Page of Swords, looking over to that Seven of Swords. Again, Seven of Swords says you need to have more fun in your life. So anything you can do to have more fun, to enjoy yourself, would be a good idea. With the Page of Swords, you have the Judgment card, some sort of awakening. I literally have the word awakening popping into my head here, so I feel like there could be a major awakening, and you could just be releasing your inner child, having more fun in life, enjoying yourself more, and this could lead to a lot of success as well. With the Two of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Again, Five of Wands, conflict and competition, but in the area of the good stuff, it would represent learning. So, it kind of says that maybe you have learned from toxic situations, you've learned a lesson, and the good thing would be that you don't need to learn it again, that you're past it, you're over it. And with the Six of Wands, you have the Moon. The Moon is a card of fear, but again, in the good stuff, it could say that you're either leaving a moon period. A moon period is a period of like fear, not seeing things clearly, a card of, secrets, things like that. But leaving that behind would say that you're stepping into clarity, certainty, not being afraid. Or I also sometimes feel that personally, I like the moon. I always say, yeah, the moon can be a little bit scary, but it's like literally, it's part of the fool's journey. He's trying to get to the mountains that are normally in the background of the moon. And he's doing this because the moon represents some sort of idea that he wants to bring down to Earth. So for some of you, this could say that you are manifesting something down on Earth. And, that's kind of what I feel there. We're going to pull 5 main themes now for the week, and you have this eagle. It says triumph over obstacles. Yeah, I definitely feel like you could be overcoming a lot of obstacles, especially that devil. You have this tiger. It says doing something risky, take a chance. Yes, I mean, Fool, Two of Wands, Five of Wands. I would be taking some sort of risk. Again, it could be to walk a different direction down the street. It could be maybe you go to the same store every single day, and you need to go to a different store to go shopping or something. You never know what kind of opportunities could present themselves. You have this hand card. It says in need of help, assistance, or guidance. And you have the Hierophant twice, which would be, could be like a teacher, a mentor, something along those lines. So if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help with this energy. You have this skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. I would be careful of this person. They have a lot of secrets, for sure. They are a bozo. I don't know how many times I have to say it. You have this jug card. It says lighthearted, carefree time. Yes, the whole entire reading was like, you need to be more childlike. You need to have more fun. Again, when we take things the universe doesn't want us to take things too seriously. And I always get comments from people that are like, how dare you say that? Life is so serious. I'm like, yes, you need to have more fun than most if you are thinking life is serious, because it's not, right? People take life too seriously. And what I would say here is like, I feel like you need to have more fun. Get out there, go on a vacation, play with your kids, do something, right? Or just, go watch a movie, do something childlike. You might be amazed by the results. So there you go, Libra. I kind of like where this is going, so except for the toxic stuff. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.